Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Marvel Monday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Marvel Legends series Avengers 60th Anniversary Beyond Earth's Mightiest Iron Man Model 01. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here we have that nice stark white, get it? White packaging. Marvel Legends series, 4-and-up assortment number, Avengers 60 Years of Earth's Mightiest. A nice little Avengers logo there in the middle. Iron Man Model 01. And some nice comic artwork in the background, or at least comic style artwork. And then digital render in the foreground. Marvel's Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Hasbro print. And plastic-free packaging. Except tape and glue. On the bottom, just in case you forgot from 2 seconds ago, plastic-free packaging. Except tape and glue. And then this thing, and includes figure and 6 accessories. Then on this side, Marvel Legends series, and we have a nice digital render and some comic panels in the background there. But digital render in the foreground of the figure on this side. Nice comic style artwork of the Model 1 Iron Man. Marvel Legends series. And then on the back, Marvel Legends series, Iron Man Model 01. Nice digital render of the figure and its accessories. And then comic panels in the background of various Avengers. As far as I can tell here on camera. Warning! Attention, Noctung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Especially, do not stick it in your French pie hole. There's recycled stuff. Marvel print, small fine, legalese made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, Hasbro print, and a barcode. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And here we have handy dandy tweezers to help us take a look at the accessories. And first of up, he comes with an extra set of hands, which are fists. And they do have some nice silver paint to them. And here's the other one. Of course, they're left and right, and they're both on in and out hinges. And this one, you can see it's got a little bit of dry brush on it. Well, this one does too. I just didn't have it at the right angle. So it's got a little dry brush on it to show he's been punching some stuff. And again, nice molded details. You can see his repulsor in there. And again, on an in and out hinge. And this is nothing new. Blast effect, and 2 blast effects, and then something else that is not new is the smoke trail. And there are 2 of those. They are a little bit different, I think. Now let's take a look at the figure himself. I've been looking forward to Hasbro doing this one for a long time. My Toy Biz one has been doing a stand-in. So, well, I'm going to do articulation. No, I'm not. We're taking a look. So he's got some, you know, some dry brushing and stuff here. At least I'm assuming it's dry brushing. It could be tampos. But, you know, just to give it that used real world scuffed up kind of look. Most of it appears to be molded in the silver plastic, because you can see the swirls and twirls. And then some of it's painted. It's hard to tell which is which. Now we've got a big paint app here for the unibeam, and then he's got this antenna here, and then his plug-ins, and that's a cool feature. It looks good this way, but not so much this way. And the hands do not have ports for the blast effects, so the blast effects do go in the feet, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And it's hard to see it with the lights and then the camera and stuff, but you can almost make out his eyes. Now up close off the camera, I can see the eyes in there, and there just may not be enough light getting in there for the camera, but you can see his eyes in the helmet, and nothing for the teeth. It's just black inside the teeth. I don't know why I call it the teeth, the mouth. So overall, it's a very nice looking real world, like it's seen some action. As far as his articulation goes, doesn't really look up. You get the chin over this neck plate, he can look down that far. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist, and the neck, torso, and head are all separate pieces, and there's dumbbells and stuff on in there. The antenna, I kind of wish the antenna would raise up and down, but it doesn't. At the shoulder, there's no butterfly. It's not surprising considering the range of motion this figure is supposed to have, or the character rather, this particular armor. But anyway, he raises his arm up that high. It can go 360 degrees of rotation at the shoulder. At the upper bicep, another 360 degrees of rotation. Double hinged, pinless elbow, and it only gives you that much, so it's a little bit of a waste. 360 degrees of rotation at the wrist on an in and out hinge. And hey, repulsor hand on a hinge, that's awesome. It just, you can't port the thing in. But I don't think he used blasts in this suit. It didn't really look like blast, the artwork, didn't it? It looked more like waves of magnetism. And so nothing here in the chest and the torso till you get down here to the waist. Now this belt is like a separate piece at the waist. It's tight and you can hear the detents maybe, but he will do a full 360 degree rotation there, and the belt stays in position, so that's really good for it being a separate piece. Now he's got some hula in there, which is a little surprising, but I am glad that they did include that bit of articulation. So he's got hula. He can lean to the left, he can lean to the right, he can lean back then forwards all darn night. At the hips, give you that much of the splits. He can kick forward, not quite 90 degrees. Ooh, look at those rivets. Then back maybe about a step. Cut here at the upper thigh for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinless knee, and it gives you that much bend, so that's pretty cool. Now right here is a missed opportunity. They could have put another swivel in right here, but I don't think it really needs it. Plus, you know, this guy wasn't, the armor wasn't real flexible. There may be actually more flexibility in this figure than what they ever showed in the comic book for the armor. The ankle tilts down that far, Tilts up that far. And it does have forward-facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as the accessories go and how they work with him, if you've had an Iron Man figure that comes with the smoke and the blast effects before, you pretty much know how it works. You just kind of work the blast effect into the smoke effect. Not that you have to use them like that, but they do work together. You can't really use the smoke without the blast effect too effectively. And then, of course, you plug it into this port on its feet. And then he's taken off once you put both of those in place. And then, of course, the hands pull out and the other hands plug in. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here in the front we have the Marvel Legends series Beyond Earth's Mightiest Avengers 60th Anniversary Model 1 Iron Man with the old Toy Biz Model 1 Iron Man, the Model 2 Iron Man, or the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Iron Man, the 80th Anniversary Iron Man, and then on the back row we have the Modular Armor Iron Man and the Extremis Armor Iron Man. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Marvel Legends series Beyond Earth's Mightiest Avengers 60th Anniversary Model 1 Iron Man, with our final Marvel Legends comparison making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black Series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the Marvel Legends series, Avengers 60th Anniversary Beyond Earth's Mightiest Iron Man Model 1, I have to say I've been waiting a really long time for Hasbro to do this guy. And they finally have, and it's, for the most part, a good figure. I don't have many complaints about it. The one complaint I do have is that the 80th Anniversary Tony Stark head will not fit on the ball joint of this head. And that really, it's a little disappointing, I think, that will not fit. It's just too small. I guess the cavity is too small, or maybe the opening is too small, but I don't want to drill it out and then not be able to use it with my 80th Iron Man. I do wish that they had used a nice coat of paint throughout this figure, at least mostly, rather than using just the silvery plastic with the swirls and the twirls in it. It does kind of take away from the figure some. I understand using a lot of paint, especially at the joints, it's just going to peel off and, you know, leave you feeling disappointed that way. But there's got to be a better way to do the plastic than with the swirls and the twirls. I don't know. Now, I do like the dry brush or tampos on there of the scrapes, and, you know, giving it that used feeling that he's really been walking through some crap in this armor to escape being held hostage. I do appreciate that, and really, for the price this came with, it should have come with its own Tony Stark head that fit. And so again, I'm glad they have finally gotten around to making this guy, and it's a pretty good figure. It's missing some things here and there. I really do wish that they had made it where the antenna on the shoulder was removable, so you could use it as the armor that he uses later on. When he fights Rhodey, when Rhodey's kind of losing it, wearing the red and gold Mark IV, Model 4 armor. The what I like to call the classic Iron Man armor, or at least the armor one usually thinks of when one thinks of Iron Man. So that's a feature. And then where this mark is, they really could have put an additional piece of articulation in right there, giving him a boot cut, so to speak. But I understand with the limitations that the armor would have fictionally, I understand why they might not have added that, but I don't really think it had anything to do with that. But the mold is good. I do like the articulation that it does have. It fits this version of Iron Man. And even with the antenna, I think I may try to use it in some photos, recreating some of those classic covers where Rhodey was still wearing the red and gold and Tony was using an armor in this style. Not necessarily this armor, but an armor in this style. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews, or, just help the channel out further. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you'll be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.